A wounded cop leaves the hospital in a wheelchair.
Police say this happened during a struggle between the officer and a 16-year-old with a gun. The young suspect was also wounded in the shooting.
What is it going to take before we finally realize that we are endangering the lives of children by allowing children to carry guns that they are using on children?
Camrin Williams, also known as C Blu, was born on April 20th, 2006. C Blu had a decent childhood growing up. In an interview, C Blu said he got what he wanted, and if he needed more, he would get it.
I got what I needed, I got what I wanted. If I wanted more, I was going to take it.
Even though C Blu is a rapper, he does want to go to college to be a biochemist. C Blu played baseball until 14. Around that time, he was working on music and making beats. He uploaded his first music video to YouTube in June of 2020. Blu caught a gun charge at the age of 14, but didn't spend time because he was charged as a juvenile. After this, C Blu would take rapping serious. He also would collaborate with artists such as K-Flock, Set the Trend, and Dougie B. He released No Ozone, which is currently at 6.1 million views on YouTube. C Blu was signed to Interscope and started popping off, but what happened next changed C Blu's life.
Charges against a 16-year-old rapper accused of shooting an NYPD officer. Police say in January, Camrin Williams, known as Cblu, allegedly shot the officer in the leg when the two struggled after he refused police orders.
Cblu and his friends were outside of a building in the Bronx. According to the cops, they said that Cblu had his hands in his pockets when he walked up to the cop. The cop told him to take his hands out of his pockets, but Cblu refused and they started fighting. During this altercation, the gun would go off, shooting Cblu in the leg and hitting the cop. They were both taken to the hospital. Blu got hit with an assault and weapons charge. His lawyer claims that he was targeted because he was a rapper. Cblu allegedly posted his bond with the money from Interscope. The cops were mad that Cblu was given bond. The judge said that the video of the arrest proved that Blu did everything you tell your kid to do when the cops pull up. A week after, the cops would take him for violating his probation. He was still on probation from his 2020 weapon charge, so they sent Cblu to juvie. The president of the NYPD said that we are glad that a cop shooter is back off the streets, but this revolving door for a repeat gun offender makes no sense. It should be clear to every New Yorker that our justice system is broken in many places. At first, the shooting case was going to the Supreme Court, but the judge decided to move it to family court instead. In May 2022, the city dropped the case completely and he was released again. Cblu was back on his grind, dropping new music and dissing his ops. He was also a Rolling 80s Crips set called Rayway, which is cool with Southside DOA, and were beefing with the YGs and Drillies. On Tuesday, September 27th, the cops put up on Cblu and said they saw a gun in Cblu's passenger seat. They also said he was messing with his waistband and running to the car, which is allegedly why they stopped him. After they charged Cblu, his lawyer said that his client was outside of the car when the cops pulled up with their guns out. There were cameras everywhere and Cblu was scared for his life. He had his hands up. The assistant district attorney told the judge what Cblu does online. Blu's lawyer said that Cblu dissed the ops for a living, but the judge wasn't having it. They said it was his third offense. Last time the judge was on Cblu's side, but it doesn't look like the judge in this case is going to let him slide. Let me know what you think about this, and if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe.